G'day everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at working with the Pythagorean identity, and you can see that's in the top right and a little arrow towards that, and also the relationship that exists between tan, sine and cosine. So you'll see that that's also written down there. So we'll get into this question here. Given that sine of x is equal to 5 over 13 and it's between pi on 2 and pi, find cosine of x and tan of x. So first we need to work out which quadrant we're working in. You can draw a little diagram, just your cast. Okay, hopefully you recognize pi on 2 and pi. That's going to be this quadrant here where only sine's positive. Okay, so that's a bit of important information that we're going to need to know to work out the rest of this. So first we can fill out our Pythagoras identity and work out what cosine of x is. So if we have sine of x, so that's 5 on 13, we've been told that, 5 on 13 squared plus cosine x, so cosine squared x, that's all got to equal 1. Okay, so 5 squared on 13, that's 25 on 169. So this is going to be plus cosine squared x, that's all going to equal 1. So now we need to rearrange this to make cosine squared x by itself. So cosine squared x, this here is equal to 1 minus 25 on 169, which is equal to 144 on 169. Now to get cosine x by itself, we need to square root both sides. So this is equal to positive or negative square root 144 on 169. It's a bad 9, sorry about that one. So cosine of x, firstly, in this quadrant that we're working in, only sine's positive, so it's going to be negative. Then the square root of 144, that's 12. Square root of 169, that's 13. So it's negative 12 on 13. So now that we have this relationship, we can now work out what tan of x is. So tan of x is going to be equal to sine of x divided by cosine of x, and we have both values for that now, so we can work it out. So tan of x, this is going to equal, so firstly sine of x, this is 5 on 13, and that is going to be divided by cosine of x, which is negative 12 on 13. So with this, when you're dividing two fractions, denominators here, because they're the same, they cancel out. So this leaves us with negative 5 on 12. Just remember to check that it's always a negative because only sine is positive in that quadrant. So just with this, make sure that you know how to use Pythagoras' identity. Okay, and then it's just some algebraic skills to break it down to find your unknown, either cosine of x or sine of x. And then you can use this relationship between tan of x, sine of x, and cosine of x to find tan. Okay, so that's the last thing that you can do. Alright, and then just make sure that you're always getting the right value if it's positive or negative just by looking in the correct quadrant. So hopefully this helps with applying Pythagoras' identity, and good luck.